Good evening and hello. My name is Renee D. Waring, and I am the founder of Uniquely and Wonderfully Made Ministries, where we purpose to change the hearts and minds of the public by putting forth evidence to support the assertion that people with mental illness have value. I welcome you all, and I especially welcome the new members of my community. I am glad to be able to be with you this evening. The title of my presentation today is COVID-19 and Women's Mental Health. A survey of 3,200 women was done on women over the age of 18 from April the 10th to the 24th in 2020. And it was done by the University of Chicago School of Medicine. 40% of participants reported experiencing at least one health-related socioeconomic risk, or HRSR. They experienced this during the year prior to the pandemic, which included food insecurity, housing instability, difficulties with their utilities, transportation challenges, and interpersonal violence. 22% of reported experience of two or more HRSRs during the year before the pandemic. By the first spring of the pandemic, nearly half of all women, including 29% of those who had not experienced pre-pandemic HRSRs, reported new incident or worsening HRSRs. The greatest challenge was an increase in food insecurity. Nearly 80% of those without pre-pandemic HRSRs who reported a new HRSR became food insecure. Almost a quarter experienced interpersonal violence. Other studies were found evidence of higher rates of anxiety and depression and related issues such as alcohol overuse connected to the pandemic. The women who experienced at least one new or worsening HRSR were significantly higher risk of experiencing anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder. Quote, given very high rates of these problems, we're really concerned about the current capacity of our mental health system, end quote, said co-author Marie Tobin, MD, who is a professor of psychiatry at the University of Chicago School of Medicine. Quote, women are particularly responsible for parenting, family caregiving, and other essential work. They are key to managing and recovering from this pandemic and are affected by very significant socioeconomic risk levels that socioeconomically vulnerable women are at high risk of developing pandemic-related psychiatric morbidity. Dr. Stacy Lindahl, professor of obstetrics and gynecology and medicine geriatrics in the University of Chicago School of Medicine, said, quote, we cannot change a person's gender, but we can act to ensure that all people have basic nutrition and shelter they need to survive. We can intervene on transportation barriers. We can pass policies to delay or offset rent or utility payments. These are modifiable factors that can be addressed by leveraging the humanitarian resources of our communities and implementing policies that ensure everyone can live independently with their basic needs met. Ensuring equitable access to the basics will be a powerful buffer against mental illness in general and can help mitigate costly and painful mental health crises among women and everyone who depends on us in the context of this and other public health emergencies. The pandemic has impacted more women's mental health than men because women represent the majority, I said the majority of health workforce. When women quarantine, they feel isolated, lost, and scared. The number of women who reported mental health impacts from COVID 19 was threefold that of men. There is increased incidence of domestic violence. Because of the violence and stress, many women are experiencing post traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression. Women have a mental health hardship related to family stress. Schools are rapidly opening and closing. Many mothers have had disproportionately more stress and responsibilities, including homeschooling children, all while managing their own psychological responses. Telehealth has become a new normal as an alternative to in-person services, which is convenient for many people. However, a disproportionate number of people in the lower socioeconomic strata of our society do not have access to internet, which prevents them from getting mental health services. As a result, hotline services are their only option to get help. This cannot replace long term counseling services, which is now a necessity. Quote, during this difficult time of living in a pandemic with stress running high, it is more important than ever to take care of your physical and mental health. Activities such as exercise, listening to music, talking to a therapist, journaling, and developing a consistent sleep routine are ways you can better both your physical and mental health. If we hold ourselves accountable, we will succeed. Because not only has COVID 19 shown what grief, loss, and isolation look like, it also presented how essential unity, community, and solidarity is in these trying times, which is socially distanced, of course. Thus ends my presentation for today. I am glad to have been able to spend this time with you all. I hope that you found my talk to be both interesting and informative. My next talk will air on the fourth Friday of this month. Please join me and ask your friends and family to join the community so that they can review my video also. One can join by going on my website, uniquely UNIQULY and wonderfully made ministries.com. That's uniquely UNIQUELY and wonderfully made ministries.com. Fill out the contact form. Go on my website and then fill out the contact form that's on the website. Please view my blogs and library of videos on the site. My email address is mirecovery74@gmail.com. It's M as in Mary, I as in ice, the word recovery, RECOVERY, 74@gmail.com. Please email me your questions and concerns and your prayer requests. Invite me to via email to come to your group meeting to speak with you on the hot topic on mental illness. I am the founder of Uniquely and Wonderfully Made Ministries. My name is Renee D. Waring, and I am the warrior warring.